Solo World Traveler here. Only a few days left in my all-inclusive trip to Cancun, and the weather ahead is supposed to be just gorgeous. I decided to scrap my previous excursion plans, grab my towel and my bathing suit, and head straight to the beach. I'm going to tell you all about it. Let's go. It's the Friday here in Cancun of my all-inclusive week, and I was supposed to go down to Playa del Carmen on a free excursion that got tagged on to the package that I bought from Alejandro from Air Canada Vacations. But the weather was gorgeous, and I had had a couple cloudy days in the last couple days that I was kind of bummed about, so I wasn't going to miss out on beautiful weather ahead by spending the whole day walking through a village of Playa del Carmen. I grabbed my towel, I grabbed my bathing suit, I sent Alejandro a text. I said, cancel my excursion, please. I just can't go today. And I headed straight for the beach. And as you can see, the beach and the weather are just perfect. A little bit windy, which is common this time of year. In the wintertime in Cancun, it does get much windier. So that's pretty common, but otherwise it was hot, probably around 28 degrees Celsius and sunny. This is still in the morning, so there are not a lot of people there, and I was able to find the perfect spot right by the water. I made this comparison in another video that I did on my trip to Isla Mujeres about the sand and the beaches. And the sand and beach in Cancun, the sand is so soft, but it's a little bit more coarse than Isla Mujeres. I have to say that place is a little bit softer. And as you can see, the seaweed has kind of come in, which is rare for this time of year. It's more typical in the spring, summer, and fall. A big question that people have had about the beaches in Cancun is, are they safe? The reality is that as soon as you leave the resort and go out onto the beach, you're kind of in a public space. So you're going to get different types of people trying to sell you stuff, just like this guy's trying to sell hats. But the security is very present. Quite frequently, we had different people coming across on ATVs. The cops were using ATVs to go up and down the beach. They almost snuck up on you. They snuck up on me a couple times, and overall it made the beach feel safe to me. And nobody else seemed to have any issues. There didn't seem to be anybody else out on the beach trying to get up to no good. Just every once in a while, a guy will come by and try and sell you a hat or a cigar. This is a full view of the resort. I'm right out in front of it, and this is still in the morning time, so the people haven't quite come out yet. It's not quite as busy. It's going to be later in the day. And as you can see there, that's the seaweed that's come in. It's pretty rare to see that at this time of year. I was interested to see that. It's very typical through the spring, summer, and fall, like I mentioned. It was a red flag day, which is also very typical. You have to pay attention to that. That means the wind is high and the surf is high waves. So you have to be a pretty experienced bather or a swimmer in order to go out into the ocean. After a couple hours in the sun, I felt like I needed to take a break, so I kind of went inside and hid, and this is my favorite little coffee shop. Got myself an iced coffee and sat down and just avoided the sun for a bit. I do recommend that you do this. You do have to be careful out there. Not just sunscreen, but you want to worry about things about sunstroke or getting a little bit too overexposed to the sun. You can also get very dehydrated, so you got to take a break every once in a while. After my break and my iced coffee, I decided to check out the pools again, and here is the main pool at the Grand Oasis Resort. One thing I will say about the Grand Oasis that they could do a much better job of is they could simply have more chairs and more loungers available. There was never any lounges available unless I came out really early in the morning, and I always had to go somewhere else or put my towel down on the grass or something like that. It would be a very simple fix for them to just throw out a few dozen more loungers. There seemed to be space for it. Kind of curious why they didn't do that. I would say that that was a strike against this place, but otherwise the pools are pretty amazing. It is a great atmosphere out at the pool. Everyone's out there, all different cultures. There's kids in some areas, there's adults in other areas, and everybody seems to get along well and have a great time. And you can always enjoy yourself. There's also the swim up pool bar here. This was bustling with activity. It's a Friday, so people are partying it up, having a good time, having a drink by the pool. And this is very common, something you'll see in a lot of different resorts. It's a highlight of most resorts are the swim up bars. Most people ask about them and want to attend them. After I walked around the pools for a while, I decided to check out the beach club again. Here it is. It's a Friday afternoon and the party is just getting started here. The wind was kicking up a little bit, but that doesn't seem to bother anyone. And they have these amazing little pools here that people can just sit in and party in, dance around in. and they get drinks either brought to them or go over to the bar. The bars here have long lineups, so you got to try and get drinks when you can. And this is the beach area, and the party was only just getting started. These two guys then suddenly showed up, and I was curious as to what the heck this thing is, but then I figured it out. I know what it is. It's a device that creates foam, because that was what was about to happen, and sure enough, just in a few, maybe 20 minutes later, the foam party started, and it was getting pretty crazy. There's people dancing, a lot of really young people at this resort. I wouldn't recommend this if you're especially if you're a solo traveler or a single person and you're older. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this particular resort. It was a little bit younger crowd, at least with the single or solo traveler crowd. Groups of kids partying it up, having a great time. Everyone was good natured, there was no problems. Overall, a great day for me. I got the sun I wanted. Follow me for more at Solo World Traveler 44.